Hello FlossTube, it's Julie, it's Silver Stitches. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you're a returning viewer. Welcome if you're new. My phone says I have 22 minutes, so we'll see. Here we go. So it is a channel about cross stitch. I will post my monthly stats here, just in case you're wondering. This year I've decided to track my stitches using it's all in the back. Lori Sykes. She came up with a planner, so the Cross Stitchers Planner 2024. She was working on it all year last year, and here we go. So January was not as busy as I wanted it to be. Those are my cats, if you can hear them. So this is what January ended up looking like. I started out writing my, all the things here, but that didn't work out. So she provided a second page, and they're all here. So I ended up working on 14 projects altogether. 7 were focus pieces that I would work on until a certain amount of stitches were required. That is Simon, if you can hear him. I'm very sorry. Apparently, food. I fed them this morning at like 6:30. It's now 10:30 or 11. They're now, asking for round 2, but not yet, not yet. So I'm going to start with my finishes just because that's the order I have them all in. Here we go. So rocking a new holiday hat was a finish on January 2nd. Yeah, I'm not going to show you what it looked like before because it's finished. So here we go. This fabric is a 28 count, that is all backwards, is a 28 count Lugana from Brennan Needle. They are a company out of Newfoundland, Canada. And here he is. Here's my version of rocking a new holiday hat. He's a little sheep holding a heart, and he's got a hat, of course, and the little Christmas tree on the side. He was very fun to stitch. I did use a specialty thread. If you want to know what it is, go back on my Instagram channel and figure it out. As people have commented in the past, they like the content, not necessarily the facts. So that's why I'm changing it up a little bit. I documented pretty well, except for the last few days on Instagram. So if you want to know anything about anything, it's all there at one point. Just go back in my January posts and we'll go from there. The next one that I finished 3 things, so that was the first one. Second one is out of this book, A Cross Stitcher's Countdown to Christmas. I used some random. Anyway, here he is. It's Scandinavian Christmas. Guys, these notes really do help, honestly. All right. I'm going to try something. If it doesn't work, ooh, okay. Maybe yes, maybe no. Maybe. There we go. I just turned on one of my lights. So I'm blinded, but at least now we can see everybody. All right. That was finish number 2. That book, I think, was from the late 90s, early 2000s. But like I said before, all the information is posted online. My third finish, which was completely a surprise because I started it not even at halfway. It's called It's Okay by Oblong Meow. She is on, yeah, I didn't write it down, but she is on Ko-Fi. Sorry. Okay, here we go. I did change the colors. So it says it's okay not to do it all. Yeah, it's okay not to do it all. So nothing is FFO'd, but those are all my finishes. 3 finishes. Who am I? Anyway, that is my kind of goal this year, to finish everything. Not not everything, to have a reasonable amount of finishes. Okay, so we're going to move on to my focus pieces of the year, or of the month. I broke up all of my projects. I broke up 12 of my projects into different categories. 25/7, there's a booklet, stitches from a booklet, there's focus on a full coverage, and whip go, and a wheel of whips, and two of my stitchy buddies, Alicia and Angie, in the last couple years have done a wheel of whips for themselves. So neither of them are doing that this year because they have other plans, but at the same point, that's what's going on. So 25/7 for this month was Fairy Tale by Dimensions. Of course. So Fairy Tale by Dimensions. And I'm working on the top left corner. I feel like I'm going to be there forever, but guys, not quite, because look, between that and my monthly call for Whip Go, ta-da! This is where I was, or I should go on the side. This is where I was at the beginning of the month, and then this is where I ended up being. So 2,325 stitches for Whip Go. So no, 2,325 stitches for 25/7. So I would stitch as long as my timer is going. I would pause for getting lost and switching threads. So there's that. I did put, where did it go? 544. So the majority of it was the majority of it was 25/7. I have a new 25/7 piece this month, but I will get to it when I get to it. The next piece in my projects is in a bag from Handmade by Heather. And you can find her on, I don't know if you can anymore, that was a couple of years ago, but you could find her, I'll list all the information down below. So, yes, I did not, this is prepped enough, guys. I'll show you a picture of my pre-prepping. This is Simple Gifts Christmas. I was able to get a page finish, so does that count as a finish? Who knows? Anyways, I was very excited. It was a, I call it an AA wheel spin, but here we go. AA, Alicia and Angie. This is on a 32 count Picture This Plus fog. Otherwise, I will let you know that everything else is on. Oh, I have to move it back. Ta-da! So this is page 2 and this is page 5. Both complete. So that took 644 stitches this month. I'm gonna be giving you all the facts. I'm sorry, guys. I told you I wasn't going to. And this is what it's going to look like in the end. I'm really bad at this. This is what it was going to look like before, at the beginning of the month. So it was about half a page of finishes. Why don't I have a new project? Oh, this will also be called for February. February is also called on my Alicia and Angie wheel. Funny story, they picked 2 or 3 out of the same projects. I said I gave them a list of 36 or 40 or 52 or some crazy number. Anyway, and said choose 6. 2 or 3 of them ended up being the same projects. Alright, so this is a bag from Roxy Floss Co. And Evertotes. Oh, good grief, guys. Evertotes. Evertote. Anyway, I will open the bag, see what's in it, and go from there. So this is also another January, February one that was called. So Seasonal Cottages by Alma Lynn Hayden. Can I get everything done in 18 minutes? Here we go. Let's find out. So, this is the before. I'm learning. This is the before, and this is where I am now. So, 640 stitches. So, I finished up this column here, and now I've just started working on underneath the flower bed. I realized before, but I realized that this is the most intricate roof line there is out of all of the seasons. Yeah. And this is what it's going to look like. Oh boy, guys. I give up. Anyway, so it's got a scaly type roof. I don't know what it's actually called. Anyways, so that will be for February as well, because I spun it for February as well. And the next one is It's So Emma, bought at my local LNS, which is Wool Time in Ottawa. So the project that I worked on this month for January was, I'm trying to find you a picture. My husband speaks like that now and it drives me bonkers. Okay, so Enchanting Dragonfly by Doreen Jones. It is a full coverage, so that was exciting. And I'm going to have to put this back into this bag, otherwise I'm going to lose it, and then I'll be sad. I'm not really sure where the other one went, but it's around. Alright, so I thought this was going to be a restart this year. At the beginning of the year, I just showed the cover photo, but I decided to persist, and here we are. So this is the first page. I've added more stitches here. I've added all of this stuff. Here's what it looked like before, if I have a picture. Anyway, I've added all of this. I finished the coming down of the arc of the border. So I was going to restart it because all of this background is in the wrong color of variegated floss. I did pick up the right variegated floss, and I've only done a little bit, so I figure, why not, right? Why not? It's only for me. Nobody else is getting it. Doesn't matter. Sorry for the growls. I have 4 cats. Everybody always has something to say. Ooh, sorry. Where did this come from? Anybody know? It's a Emma. Okay, and in the other one, because I multi-stacked, so for February, for the booklet of stitches, comes in this cute project bag by Evertote. I don't know why I'm not using the matching corresponding, but that just, whatever. Okay, so the Moonshine Cabin. It's going to be exciting, guys. Thank goodness I have my magnifying glass light thingamajigger now, because this is a dark fabric. The darkest that this was my first kind of attempt on even weave. And as you can see, when the salve was going on, when the stitch along was going on, I did not get very far because of lack of lighting. I do have better lighting and better magnification now. So this is just the top. As you can see, the top of the top of the house. And then some branches, I attempted to do some branches, but that was hard counting. But with my magnifying glass light, I can't say it, magnifying light now, I think I can get through it. So my goal for all of these pieces is 500 stitches, because progress is progress, right? Right. Those are using Roxy Floss Co. flosses, and it is a fabric also dyed by Roxy Floss Co. But you can find all the information when I post it. All right, next bag. This is also from my LNS. It is not labeled, so I don't know if they make them in store or if they get them from somewhere. I don't know. Anyways, oh jeebers. Sorry, you might see a cat come over here soon. All right, so my why did this one get so busy? It is so busy. It will look like it will look like this. It did look like this. And this was, I don't remember the reason for it, but I worked on it because this was part of my 25/7 group. I don't know how it got mixed in with, this is all backwards. Oh my god. You're gonna hear a big bang, James. Ugh. Charlotte? She's a diva brat. Okay, sorry. Sorry if that was a loud bang. Anyways, all right, here we are now. So I focused when I was stitching on this. I was working on, I finished up on his tummy, the yellow on his stomach. I started in on this mouse down here. Everything else essentially was done already, but yeah, I started in on the mouse down there, and we're gonna go from there. I don't know when this is getting called out again because it's not for next month. A few more things, and then we'll be good to go. Okay, so for February, for my 25/7, it's going to be this piece, and also my Whip Go call. So here it is where it is now. This is Celestial Gathering by Dimensions. It's ridiculously old. It is my oldest whip, so I can finally take part on Oldest Whip Wednesdays or whatever that's called. And that bottom corner is rounding, of course, so that is the edge of the piece. I had to do that because I wanted to make sure after all of these years of stitching on it that it was going to make it to the end. And look at that, it'll make it. I think I actually have to cut out some pieces. The chart overflows past the border. I just want it done. I just want to get it done. I just want to get it done. If it does cut off, I will make a second video, I guess, of stuff that I just worked on just because. These are all still my called for focus pieces of the time. All right, next in this also Evertote bag is our two pieces. One of them, so this is my Focus on a Hay piece this month. It is QS Butterfly 2 by, I'll post it here. I feel like this was also, though, my Whip Go call. It was my Whip Go call, so I don't really know if I actually had a... Anyways, whatever. Here we are. This is where we are. This is the bottom of half. This is half the top of the chart. this is the halfway mark on the chart going down. So I get a lot of nice comments on this piece because it is so colorful compared to everything else. And there we go. Just looking at the time and thinking, we got to keep boogieing. Because maybe... Oh, bananas. It was open. Anyway, okay, my focus piece for February for a... I don't know what that is. Anyways, chocolate. Okay, focus piece for February is SS086 Sampler Quaker. And this is where I'm at now. This is on a 24 count Quaker cloth or something. And the floss that I'm using is from she's in my head. I can see it. Handmade by Rolanda. I didn't write any of that stuff down, if you know. So that'll be a focus piece, 500 stitches, or get across the top. Either way, because after that, I don't know if I'll have enough floss left, and I don't know if, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay, Kate. This was my Focus on Hate piece, or full coverage piece. So this is Mini Sunset Owl, and it's by Artisy. It is the, I'm not gonna have time. It is the Stitch and Owl Sal, and time's gonna run out, so I will talk to you soon. Bye, everybody. Hello, I freed up another 13 minutes and 47 seconds, so here we go. I should be able to finish now. So, this is Mini Owl Sunset by Artisy. It was a free chart. I don't know if they still have it posted at all anywhere, but it was a free chart for a while on their website. There are a few people that are stitch-alonging, saling with me. Solar Stitches. There are a few more, but she is the primary person. I forgot to turn off my phone to airplane mode, so we'll see how this goes. Alright, so here we are. This was the before, which is crazy to think that this is how many stitches I put in. I decided I wanted to start stitching on the diagonal just for, you know, something different and something fun. So, yep, there's that. The next thing that is in this bag is... oh, this bag is also Evertote. It is a small size compared to the large size, medium size. Anyway, this was my first project bag. I was very excited with it, over the moon. So this is my next full coverage piece, Focus on a Full Coverage, and it is, are you ready? I'm very excited to have this back. My plan is to get it to 60%. Where did I write all that information down? It's like 1,600 stitches. So here we are. I have to hold it back like this, guys. I'm so excited. So this is Mini Watching the World Go By Lucy Pittaway. My plan is to start stitching on the, you know, get all those threads away, because apparently I'm not a hanging thread person. I can't handle it. So I'm going to try and stitch in all those threads to start with. Once I start that, then if I still have time left in the month, I'll go back. My whole February plan is to spin the wheel. I have a wheel ready to go with all of the projects that I plan on working on, and well, the focus projects at least, and they will get the designated amount of time, however long that is, until it's finished. And if I don't finish it, I mean, if I don't get through the whole wheel, then c'est la vie, right? Progress is progress, regardless of anything else. I gotta put this back in there because that is the bag that it goes in, but that's a lot of crinkling and time consuming. And anyway, if you want to find out any information on any of the things that I am working on, Instagram, people, Instagram. Okay, I had a plan to finish this by January, the end of January, but it didn't happen. I am working on Dream. It is by Stony Creek Collection. This is where it was at the beginning of the month. I will see if I can get it to show the stitches that I did because, and it goes this way. So I added some tone-on-tone colors this time, but, and here we are now. So, what's the situation? 336. So not a lot, but enough to say that I did some things. I added more of the crescent moons. I think that was it. It was only one stitching day, so that is an extra project. Now I am on my extra projects, ones that I didn't necessarily plan on it, but I was just stitch what I want when I want, stitch what you want when you want, posts. James and I were going, James is my husband, James and I were going through bins in my spare room, and I came across Sad Fairy. This was the first Tade that I fell in love with, Heaven and Earth design. This is a biggie. She was going to go, I was going to crop her. Sorry, this is this is the thickness of my fabric. I was going to stitch the whole thing. Got frustrated, I guess, with the light colors, like I always do, and just put her away. I had an idea to crop it so that it was only the Sad Fairy, right? Without all the background of the sun and all of the rest of the stuff. And that wasn't going to work because that's part of the picture, right? And I can't, hey, look, and I only have to fold it open one time. So here we are, after all of the talking. So, sunbeams. A lot of similar colors, but I did venture out to get 124 stitches, but I was just so excited that I was able to find her and work on her again. Yeah, so I essentially, I think, I remember coming all the way down here. Past that, I don't remember what I did, but the top half, is it all gridded? No, top half is gridded. Yeah, top, I think this is the bottom of the page, actually, and a couple, obviously more. I think I was trying to get to a page finish, but that obviously didn't happen. I do have the majority, but not all, of course, of my colors that I'm currently working with, in here in my trusty handy dandy Ziploc bag, which is how I started out holding all of my things before I was privileged enough to be able to get all of those project bags. I will have one UFO, one unfinished object that I'm probably just going to restart, because my knee hurts. Okay, because I'll tell it to you when I get there. Okay, so this is not going to be a UFO. This is going to be a gift. So this is Sing a Series Sampler. Is that what it is? Sing a Sampler Series. Oh, good grief. I'm still on the first one because I am missing some colors. So here we go. This is this the Quaker cloth? Congress cloth. I don't know anymore. Anyway, I got the, this is where it was, if I can find a picture. And this is where it is. I made it all the way across. Let me try and shrink it down or do something. I was stitching this mostly when James and I were watching, well, we're still watching, but Once Upon a Time. Anyway, so it says When You Know and Doe, and I don't have any other colors right now. So this is where we're at. This is where we're at until I get more colors. I do have other colors. I have 4 or 5 of the other colors, but I don't have any of the colors in this block. And I don't want to move on to the next block until like the ray block until dough is finished, because my mind just works like that, I think. I don't know. Anyway, but like I have a whole floss ring full of colors, just not the right colors. All right, so my UFO, and then we're gonna wrap it up because we are now only 8 minutes in, and so hopefully I can crop this all together, and it will make sense, and it will all work, and I will be happy. All right, so the next one that is going, at least in a timeout for now, is On the Runway by Snowflakes Stitchery. And this is where we're at, but I'm mixed up counting his back legs. I wasn't paying attention at one point, and so anyway, so this time the head was already done, and I was just working on his ears, and I started in on his back legs, but his back, I know it doesn't matter in the end, but I want it to matter, so it does matter. His legs are all messed up. I did use two different, I'm not using the called for colors at all. I am using a different, I'm going to keep the color scheme. I like the colors, but I don't know why I can't pick that out. Like like you can see I tried. I can't do it. So I'm just going to probably start it on a different fabric. Probably still Ada, but who knows. And that, guys, that's it. So thank you for spending about 30 minutes with me. I'm glad you are here. I'm glad you are part of the community. And I will be back. March 1st, because I think this new setup is working out well for me. Stitch all month, and we'll see. So March 1st will be on a Friday this year, because leap year this year. February is going to have 29 days. So today is Thursday. And that's all I got. So I will see you on Instagram. But I will see you on March 1st. Bye, everybody. Sparkle and shine.